Discover the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and dive into the world of legendary artists. See artifacts like Michael Jackson's jacket from Thriller, handwritten lyrics from the Beatles, dresses from Tina Turner's collection, Taylor Swift's piano, and so much more. And experience the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's new SNL exhibit with iconic artifacts like the cowbell from Will Ferrell's skit, Garth and Wayne's Wayne's World outfits, and Sabrina Carpenter's outfit from her 2024 performance. For more information, go to rockhall.com/exhibitions/SNL-50-years-music.
We know some of you listen to CityCast Philly or other podcasts while you run. Maybe you're running right now, or maybe you're getting ready to train for a race. If so, now's the time to start training for the Philadelphia Marathon or half marathon later this year. That's why executive producer Matt Katz talked with Michelle Quirk, a run coach, podcaster, and primary care doctor at CHOP. It's Tuesday, July 15th. I'm Trini Nuri, and here's how Philly runs.
Michelle, you're a runner and a podcaster. Why do podcasts and running go so well together? They do, right?
They do. I think a lot of people listen to podcasts while they run.
Yes.
So there's that.
We've met people who listen to our show only when they're running every day.
Yes. So I have a lot of listeners who listen on their long run every week.
Do you listen to podcasts while running?
I don't. I actually run without any headphones or music anymore.
Wow. Because you are meditating. Your business is called
Mindful Marathon.
Mindful Marathon.
Yes.
So the meditative nature of running is part of what you're all about.
I used to run with music when I started and listen to podcasts or audiobooks, but I think one day I forgot my headphones and I was on the trail and I noticed all of these other wonderful things, the birds and the water flowing and just nature. And I enjoyed the peace of that. And so, after that, I left the headphones at home and I've been running without headphones. I mean, majority of the time, 95% of the time.
So even if you're running a marathon, you'll be 2 hours or so.
I'm in it. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
We do not officially recommend that. We recommend you listen to CityCast Philly while running.
I like to listen to podcasts in the car on my commute.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the marathon. The Philadelphia Marathon is November 23rd, 2025. The half marathon is the day before, November 22nd. When is the time to get signed up for that? When should people start thinking about it? And if you're considering running in it, when do you have to start training for it?
I think the time to start thinking about it and signing up for it is probably now. They're a very popular race series and they do sell out. So if you're thinking about doing it, go ahead and sign up. And also the registration is cheaper the further out you sign up. So that's always good. For a half marathon, usually your training is about 12 weeks of a structured training plan. For a marathon, you're looking at like 16 to 20 weeks of training. So it's a long time. And before you start into the structured training, you want to have, we call it building your base. So you want to have some base building under your belt before you start this structured training so that you don't end up injured or not able to run the race.
So 16 to 20 weeks is the structured training.
Yep.
And then the base training means you can run 2 or 3 miles
a couple times a week. Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So but just so that you're not starting from the couch. I'm not saying you
Sure.
have to be running, ridiculous amounts, but just so that your body is used to a regular routine and you've gotten into some kind of a consistent routine with running for a couple of months before you start in. So now would be a good time to start building your base for the marathon. And the half marathon, you have a little more time. You can start the structured training for that on September 1st.
What if, 26.2 or 13.1 is just too much for somebody? What's the race scene like in Philly if I'm looking to do a 5K, 10K, 8K? Are there 8Ks?
Oh, yeah. There's everything. There's everything. And actually, the Philly half marathon and full marathon, they also have an 8K as part of that race series. So if that sounds like too much or you have friends who are doing the longer race, but you want to do the shorter one, if you check out the website, they also have an 8K. I believe that's on the Saturday like before the half marathon.
And that's about 5 miles, right?
Yes. So 5K is 3.1 and a
Yeah.
10K is 6.2.
So got it.
So somewhere in between.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of other really, really fun races, shorter distance races in the city. One I want to mention that's coming up in the summer, especially if you're trying to work on your base and you want something to work toward. There is the Philly 10K, which is in South Philly in August. It's always hot as heck, but it's really fun.
It goes through like the neighborhoods in South Philly.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a really good time. I just remember it was really hot when I did it a couple of years ago. There's a really fun 10K in early November, which gives a different perspective. It's called Run the Bridge, and you can run over the Ben Franklin Bridge.
Yeah.
And that is really cool because I'm always stuck on that bridge in traffic. I feel like most of us are.
Right.
And so running over the bridge with no cars and seeing the sunrise over the city, it's a nice race. There's a good elevation on the bridge too, so it's a little bit of a challenge.
Do you run to Jersey or do you run to Philly?
You start in Jersey, run to Philly, turn around and go back and do like a mile around Camden. And there's a few choose your own adventure type races where you could pick 5K, 10K, and 15K. The Hot Chocolate Run in April has all three options. The Philly Run Fest, they have all three options. So a lot of these races have multiple options if you check the website. I'll give one more plug for a very fun race it's very casual. It's not timed. There's no bibs or anything. It's called the Rudolph Run in December in Manayunk. The Philly Runner puts that on, and basically it's just a big party. Everybody wears like an ugly holiday sweatshirt or sweater, and you run on the trail for about 5K and then meet back up at the store for some hot chocolate.
That's some hills, I imagine.
No, we run on the trail, so it's flat.
Oh,
yeah,
got
it's
it.
so
Cool.
great. Yeah. So anyway, and then if you're looking for other ones, I mean, there's tons of races here
Sure.
that I haven't mentioned. There is a great website called runningintheusa.com, and you can check for races if you're visiting other places, but you can look up Philadelphia specifically, look up the time of year that you want the race and what race distance, and it will spit out lots of fun races for you to try.
Did you know that jazz legend John Coltrane moved to the Strawberry Mansion section of North Philly as a child? Or that the iconic Divine Lorraine Hotel earned its name when Father Divine transformed it into the first racially integrated hotel in the city? This July, discover the powerful stories that shaped a neighborhood at the North Philadelphia History Festival, happening July 24th through the 27th. It's 4 days of free events, exhibits, live music, film screenings, performances, and community conversations, all celebrating the rich African American and Puerto Rican cultural legacy of North Philadelphia. The North Philadelphia History Festival is organized by Scribe Video Center, with lead support provided by the William Penn Foundation. Join Scribe this July 24th through 27th at various sites throughout North Philadelphia. Learn more at scribe.org/NPHF. That's scribe.org/NPHF.
I just MailChimped my marketing.
You MailChimped your what?
I MailChimped my marketing with AI to create an effective marketing campaign in minutes.
No, MailChimp and Way.
Yes, MailChimp in Way. Now I can hyper-personalize my campaigns across email and SMS.
You can do all that with MailChimp?
What did I just MailChimp and say?
MailChimp your marketing with the #1 AI-powered email marketing and automation platform, Intuit MailChimp. #1 based on publicly available data on competitors' customers. Plans vary. SMS available as add-ons. Visit MailChimp.com.
What's the deal with running groups? Like, you can train on your own. You can go out every morning and run by yourself. But I sometimes will see people, particularly at night, you see like groups of people running together. They look like they're having a blast. What are the options out there? Are these like formally organized, informally organized? What's the story?
In my research for running groups in Philly, I knew of a couple. But when I dove a little bit deeper, I found that Philly actually has a lot of running groups and in more neighborhoods than I thought. So with a run group, I think the most important things to think about are location and time, because you want it to be able to work for your schedule. So thinking about, where do you live? or work in the city. So where could you easily, feasibly run before or after work when you get home? Like you said, a lot of the run groups meet in the evening. Some people prefer to run in the evening. I'm more of a morning runner, and so there are run groups that meet in the morning. I'm going to name a couple that are free. So the first one I'll start with is the Philly Runner. They have 3 stores in the city, so Manayunk, Center City, and University City. And they do group runs different times of the week, sometimes more than once a week. And those are free and you can just meet up at the store. So that's a really great resource. There are the Fishtown Beer Runners. They've been around for a long time. They run and then meet up at a bar after, if that's your thing.
Yeah.
There are the West Philly Runners that meet in Clark Park. I work in West Philly, so I know about them. There is the Fairmount Running Group. And again, these are all free and all paces are welcome. There is a group called the Philly Slow Girl Run Club, and they meet on the Art Museum steps. And this is good if you are a run walker, if you are a jogger.
A run walker. I
Yes.
love, is that an actual term?
That's a thing. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
cool.
Yes. So if you do run walk intervals, basically that means you jog for a little bit, walk for a little
I
bit.
thought that as if you're just trying to start running and that's you run walk, but people actually run walk and that's their actual
That's
program.
their thing. Yeah. Yeah. And they do marathons. They do ultra marathons. Like Jeff Galloway was the coach who really popularized that method. And that's how I try to get people into running. But
Sure.
a lot of people stick with it for a long time. So yeah. So that one's a great one. And then the last one I'll mention is there's a group called Philly Track John. Love the name. And they meet at Temple and they do speed workouts for a variety of paces. So even if you are if you're a slower runner and you're kind of afraid of speed work, this might be a good place to show up. They kind of assign track workouts to whoever shows up.
Michelle, what's good about running in Philly? Why is it a great place to run?
The Philly run community is one of the most fun. I know that I'm a little bit partial because I live here, but it's a very fun place to be and a fun place to run and meet new people. There are also lots of beautiful places to run in the city and maybe some places that you haven't run or haven't thought about running or walking. I usually go to the Schuylkill River Trail. I mean, it's iconic. I mean, everybody knows about it. It's a little crowded on the weekends, but it's a really nice trail and it goes for miles and miles. If you start at Lloyd Hall, like sort of the beginning or the end of Boathouse Road, depending on which way you're looking, you can run into Center City. You can run a couple of miles and it connects Center City to South Philly. Or you can run the other way, go up the river, past the boathouses, go toward East Falls, hang a left at the East Falls Bridge and do a loop that includes MLK Drive. And that's like a really pretty loop. You can keep going on the trail, past East Falls into Manayunk, keep going to Conshohocken, all the way up to Valley Forge. So it's a long way to run, but if you have a very long run on your schedule, it's a beautiful run. And if you're a cyclist, it's a great path for cycling too. So the River Trail is probably my favorite, but there are lots of other beautiful places. The Wissahickon has 50 miles of trails. You can walk, run, hike. That's lovely. There's maybe a lesser known trail called the Kinwood Heritage Trail that I used to run from Manayunk. You have to go up a big hill. Sorry, guys. Go up the hill. There's a pedestrian bridge and it connects into the park. And I think it's a 2-mile loop. Again, a lot of hills. Yeah. And then you can also run along the Delaware. So the Schuylkill gets all the publicity, but you can run along the Delaware as well. You can run over the Ben Franklin Bridge. I know we talked about the race, but they have a pedestrian path that you can run over. And again,
on the south side of the bridge, right? Yeah.
Yep. I think it's accessed at 5th and Race, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really cool perspective. And let's see, what have I left out? Maybe some tracks, if you like. There are some tracks around the city that are open to the public.
Like high school tracks?
Yeah, high school, college. Temple has really good hours usually for public running.
Oh, wow.
You can even run at UPenn. You just have to check the hours, if they're using it for other.
You can use the track at Franklin Field? Or
I think you can, yeah.
Wow.
Certain hours, yeah. As long as there's not, university events.
Sure.
Summer's probably a great time to check that out. But if you look at the website and just make sure that it's going to be open to the public before you go. But those are some nice places to try. But yeah, even running around in the different neighborhoods is really fun too. It just has a lot of character. There are a lot of characters.
Sure. My running days little bit behind me, I think. But I ran during the pandemic, and I would run through Society Hill,
Oh, yeah.
and there were no cars, and it was such a unique vantage of the neighborhood, a neighborhood I'd walked and driven through many times, but there's something about the perspective you get while running, the speed in which you're moving through. I like just noticed a hell of a lot more little things about the neighborhood that I'd never seen before. It was such a great way to experience Philly.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you ready to dairy-free your mind? This summer, melt away your dairy-free expectations with So Delicious dairy-free frozen desserts. Enjoy mind-blowing flavors like salted caramel cluster, chocolate cookies and cream, cookie dough, and more. For over 35 years, So Delicious has been cranking up the flavor with show-stopping products that are 100% dairy-free, certified vegan by Vegan Action, and are so unbelievably creamy, your taste buds will do a double take. Dairy-free your mind. Visit SoDeliciousDairyFree.com.
This episode is brought to you by Starbucks. Smooth, bright, deliciously crafted. Introducing Starbucks Sansera Blend, their smoothest, brightest coffee yet. It's a new kind of light roast, one that's packed with so much flavor, it shines no matter how you brew it. So go ahead and try it hot, iced, black, or with a splash of creamer. Visit athome.starbucks.com/Sansera-blend-coffee to bring Starbucks Sansera Blend home.
On the flip side, what sucks about running in Philly?
That's a great question. Lack of bathroom stops, I would say. So I point to Lloyd Hall. I say that's my 5-star rest stop because you've got plumbing, soap and water. You can refill your water bottle. It's a great place. And if you recently I ran there with a friend of mine who was visiting from Michigan, and we parked there. So I picked her up. But sometimes it's hard to have an access point if you're not close to the trail, for example. But yeah, lack of bathroom stops. You get creative. I mean, there are some porta potties, but they're no fun. You can go into gyms or hotels or things like that. But yeah, it would be nice if there were some more public restrooms along the trails.
Totally. I mean, that's probably a universal request for the city in general, but it probably affects runners specifically, especially if you're hydrating properly. All right, I have a few questions about staying safe while running in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you kind of rapid fire questions here.
Okay.
Reflective gear. I see people in all kinds of gear sometimes, and honestly, I think they look a little ridiculous, but maybe
But you see them, but you saw them.
Yes, correct. So you're pro reflective gear?
I would say yes if you're running in the early morning or evening hours. I think this is more of an issue in the fall, right? When the clocks change and we have more darkness.
Yeah, right.
It's easier now, in the evening. It's getting dark much later. But yeah, reflective gear is good. You want the cars and the cyclists to see you. I wear bright colors. I tend to wear bright colors when I'm running, just rainbow outfits and sparkles in my hair. But yeah, I want to be seen. I don't want to be run over. So yeah, reflective gear, good.
You mentioned cyclists. Running in bike lanes.
Not a huge fan of that. I love cyclists, but I want to leave the biking lane for them. So I try to stick to sidewalks when possible.
Schuylkill River Trail after dark.
I don't run in the dark. I carry pepper spray with me.
Every time you run?
Yes. I've thankfully, knockwood, only ever been tempted to use it on maybe a dog who was getting too close, but I don't run after dark by myself.
What can the city do to make it safer to run in the city? I mean, I imagine lighting.
Yeah.
Along main corridors is obviously a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes city does a good job in that regard. Other times you can suddenly hit just the dark block, right? That happens.
Yeah. I like the lighting idea. I think encouraging more people to be there, where there are a lot of people, I feel I always feel safer. When there's parts of the trail that are just, when I'm the only person there, that always makes me feel a little less safe.
That makes sense. Let's say you've got kids, you run, you're looking to get them some physical exercise. Any thoughts on running as a family in Philly?
Yeah, I love this question, near and dear to my heart as a pediatrician, and I'm always encouraging families to run. Races, especially 5Ks, can be really fun for kids, and As long as you keep the goal as fun and nobody's really, trying too hard to hit certain paces, just keeping the goal as fun. But I feel like, especially in the summer, getting kids outside and moving, like signing up for a family 5K would be fantastic. And kids really, I think that they see you as the parent as the example. And so if they see you getting up, most of the days of the week to exercise and work out, they establish really good habits based off of that. And if you can involve them in any way, I think that goes a long way. But yeah, try signing up for a family fun run. I think that would be step one. It would be really great for everybody.
You mentioned you're a pediatrician, in addition to being a running coach and a podcaster. What's the latest evidence on the medical and emotional benefits of running? Sell us on running using your medical expertise.
Sure. So there are a number of wonderful health benefits that running has, really aerobic activity. And we know exercise is good for us, right? So the biggest benefits really are for cardiovascular health. So running and aerobic exercise lowers our risk of cardiovascular disease. So things like lowering your blood pressure and lowering risk of heart attack and strokes, lowering risk of different types of cancer, type 2 diabetes, musculoskeletal effects, like it lowers our risk, especially in women, for osteoporosis. There are cognitive benefits. It lowers the risk of Alzheimer's disease and depression.
It makes us happier.
Makes us happier. It does. One of the stats I love is that runners have an average of, they live 5 years longer than non-runners.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe it's 4.8, but 5 years. We'll round up. And the other stat I love is for a small dose of running. So something like 10 minutes of daily running will lower our risk of dying from a cardiovascular event. So that's pretty good. It's not that much for a big benefit.
Totally.
But aside from all of that, so I say all of these things, right? And you can look up the journals and we read the percentages, and that's really great. But what runners tell me and like what I feel is that I have more energy. My runners tell me they have more energy. They're falling asleep better. They're waking up feeling refreshed. They're more focused at work. They're more patient with their partners and kids and in-laws and and coworkers. And they have more confidence, like all of these things. Part of it is the physical effects. Part of it are the mental health effects, and then also the community of runners that you just can't help it, even if you don't run with a group. But if you have a group of running friends or family, or you sign up for races, you develop this running community around you, and it's just a ripple effect, and it's really wonderful.
Your podcast is the Mindful Marathon Podcast, and your website for folks who want to check it out and to learn about your coaching is mindful-marathon.com. Michelle, thanks so much and happy running.
Oh, thank you so much, and happy running to everybody out there.
That's all for today here on CityCast Philly. If you enjoyed this episode, share this with someone else who loves to run. And rate the show, leave us a review, and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to sign up for our morning newsletter, Hey Philly, to learn more about what else Philly's talking about. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Bye.